thousands of years, the people of Earth have pondered the question, are we alone in the universe? We may one day find the answer by communicating with an advanced alien race. The history-making moment known as first contact.
You see this bright line here? That's a signal.
But could living, breathing aliens, or even intelligent machines, really make the long journey to Earth? Or if ET sends a message, will we recognize it when it comes? And what are the chances that we'll be the ones to find another civilization first and reach out to them? When it comes to communicating with other worlds, what seems like science fiction today may soon become science fact. Because first contact could happen to the human race much sooner than we think, and in ways we're just beginning to imagine. It's a question we've long pondered. And the favorite scenario of science fiction. Could living, breathing aliens really just show up on our planet one day? It's the wildest, most exciting, and scariest possibility in the world of first contact.
First contact refers to the moment when we humans, for the first time, gain some communication link to alien civilizations that have some means of communicating back to us. It's the moment when we finally engage in the great galactic country club of intelligent life. The search for technological life in our galaxy and in our universe is a spectacular quest, maybe indeed the greatest quest of all of humanity.
There's no doubt that a visit from an alien race would be an earth-changing event.
If you take a look at great milestones in human history, we have the discovery of fire, the discovery of agriculture, the discovery of writing and mathematics. However, if we make first contact, it tops all of that. The importance of a first contact ranks with the separation of Homo sapiens from the apes.
So what are the chances that we'll get to experience this history-making moment? The odds depend on how many advanced alien civilizations might be out there. And to get a handle on that number, researchers turn to a mathematical formula known as the Drake equation.
Back in the 1950s, scientists would speculate about what's out there, but there was no handle, there was no mathematical formula to refine our analysis. It was just idle dinner table chatter. Then astronomer Frank Drake had an idea. Why not try to quantify the probability of finding life in the universe?
Drake wrote down this very simple equation, which was just to estimate how many societies are out there in our own galaxy, forget the other galaxies, just in our own galaxy that are broadcasting signals that we might pick up, this afternoon.
The full Drake equation consists of 7 variables. In simple terms, this equation takes the total number of stars that could be in our galaxy. What fraction of those have planets? What fraction of planets have life? What fraction of those have intelligent life? And finally, what fraction of this intelligent life might be busy sending signals into space?
The first reasonable calculation showed that there could be 10,000 planets in our own backyard harboring intelligent life forms. And that created a problem. If there are 10,000 of them, then where are they? Carl Sagan then tried to look at the numbers again, and he came up with numbers like 1 million. And then it became embarrassing. There should be intelligent life forms scattered right in our own backyard that we see every night. But we don't make contact with them. So we had a problem. a problem that persists even to today.
With such high odds of intelligent life in our own galaxy, it makes sense to give some serious thought to one of science fiction's favorite scenarios. What would really happen if aliens all of a sudden showed up?
All movie buffs imagine that there must be elaborate protocols for a possible visitation. What do you do when a flying saucer lands on the White House lawn? What do you do when all of a sudden Moscow and all the great capitals of the earth have flying saucers over them?
If the government has a plan for this, they're not talking about it publicly. But even without a top-secret clearance, we know the types of basic steps that will take place. United States Air Force Strategic Command and scientific research groups are already on the lookout for asteroids that could impact Earth. And since they're able to spot asteroids years before they might hit us, one of these groups will see any type of alien craft headed towards Earth long before it arrives. So the government will have plenty of warning as long as the aliens can't hide their approach. Then, once in our atmosphere, jets are scrambled to escort these celestial visitors to a landing site where the event is closely monitored and controlled. If the aliens arrive over American airspace, then one location that fits the bill is Plum Island, off of Long Island, New York. This is where the Department of Agriculture has its Animal Disease Center to isolate and inspect for possible infectious diseases, because that's one of the biggest dangers when ET shows up. Then, scientists from the National Institute of Health and Centers for Disease Control will don biohazard suits to examine the new visitors. This is crucial to prevent the spread of disease either from us or to us.
If there were physical contact with alien races, what about disease? What about competing ecosystems? We already have a terrible problem all over the world with organisms fitted to one environment in Asia getting into the Mississippi Valley, or vice versa. These are already called alien organisms. So if there were physical contact, there'd be a whole list of worries.
And biological dangers aren't the only concern. The alien ship that's traveled here from across the galaxy has to have a propulsion system more powerful than anything on Earth. So Department of Energy scientists will also rush to the scene to check for hazardous materials. Getting into details of human-alien interaction is impossible. Have they come in peace, or are they here to wipe us out? And will we even be able to communicate with them? Since our celestial visitors' technology will probably be far beyond our own in order for them to make such a momentous trip, we may have much less control over the situation than we'd like to think. Regardless of all these unknowns, some scientists believe the odds of first contact are overwhelmingly in our favor, especially when we look beyond our own galaxy.
I think it is inevitable that we will have first contact. Take a look at the night sky. Every night, the Milky Way galaxy comes out with 100 billion stars out there. But how many galaxies aren't there? Believe it or not, our telescopes can see 100 billion galaxies in the night sky. You do the math. 100 billion times 100 billion, that's 10,000 billion stars in the universe.
That is the equivalent of all the grains of sand found on Earth. But this astronomical number of stars also brings up a very big problem. The distances between all of these stars. Is the enormity of space something that a more advanced civilization can overcome? Even if an alien race can master traveling at the speed of light, 186,000 miles per second, it would still take roughly 4.5 years to visit Earth from the neighborhood around our next closest star, Alpha Centauri. And since most stars are anywhere from hundreds to billions of light years away, the odds of a face-to-face visit begin to look very slim again. But physicists believe there might still be a way.
The principal objection is that the distance between stars is too great for its travel. However, let's say we have a civilization so advanced that new laws of physics begin to open up. Let's say we have a star located right there, and another star hundreds of light years away. For an advanced civilization, they may be able to warp the fabric of space and time and bring these 2 points right together and then punch a hole so that the shortest distance between 2 points is a wormhole, a gateway, a portal through the fabric of space and time.
A wormhole, although still only a scientific theory, could serve as an intergalactic shortcut between 2 points in the universe for alien creatures. But even if this kind of shortcut exists, there's no way to know if a living creature could survive such a trip. Does that mean our chances for a face-to-face visit